What is up, Sideways family? Back to another video, and we're here with Demetrius' 370Z from Superculture. We got his engine on the stand right now, and all the parts are in from Cullen's. So we're gonna go ahead and get all that stuff together today, get it in the car. Jair's car just finished at dyno today, did amazing. I hope you guys enjoyed that video and watched that video. If you haven't, this is a fully built IS300. We just did over 600 horsepower at like 14, 15 pounds. Super fucking awesome for a car that is just like very, very, very highly done. Beautiful car. Cool videos on there. There's like 4 parts of that video for the whole process of the engine getting built through the whole entire thing. But getting off that topic, we have the 1jzgte VVTi here. We're gonna go ahead and get the peak boost manifold we had on the box right here. Onto here, we're gonna get the wastegate welded on. We're gonna get the comp turbo already put on it. We're gonna go ahead and start doing cams. We're gonna go ahead and start blocking off water lines. We're gonna get all this stuff ready to go and see if we can get it in the car today. If you don't remember this car, it is the Afro Samurai 370Z. We're trying to, if possible, customers supposed to be bringing money on Thursday. We have 11 days, 12 days till Supra's in Vegas. We're trying to see if by the 4th of October, which is 2 days before we leave for Vegas, for this car to be able to get dynoed on a Link Storm. I've never used that full standalone before on anything. I've used the G4X on plug and play applications, but never that standalone. I will also show you that computer. We have a really cool surge tank that we're gonna be trying again for everything too. It's the Detchworks system. They come with 3 255, 325 or 400 LPH pumps. It looks like you can also fit a 450 inside of it. Really freaking cool. Beautiful design. Kind of weird that you have 3 ports for only 2 pumps though. I don't know what's up with that, but we got a nice big beautiful surge tank with the Detchworks logo. This thing drops right in. Let me show you real quick. Drops right in, looks super dope, cannot wait. And we're also working on Meyer's S13. I'm not sure if you guys got the chance to see that either, but it's not painted right now. By the time you guys probably see it, it might be painted or may not be painted, but we're gonna be painting the engine bay in this one, getting a 2jzgte VVTi in that one as well. But the other video of this one as well, you've already installed the FMS 1200cc injectors in this, and pretty much just gotten it on a stand and looked at all the other fuckery that we're gonna have to fix. The rear main seal's impacted. I'm assuming the front main seal's probably gonna be wrong too, but we're gonna pull it down anyways. He has a Tomei cam gear installed in here. I love the all black and red everything. That's very, very, like, my favorite colors are black and red, so I'll 100% stand behind that. I don't know about this color pasty red, but the blood red on the engine bay is really, really dope. So we got the exhaust out right now. We got the drive shaft out. We're gonna try to get all those measurements done today as well, and just get the ball rolling as fast as we possibly can to do it in the most timely manner, but still on point and making sure everything is 100% solid. So let's jump right into it and get the shit done. So here's a whole nother mess of shit that I just saw right now. So this was left in. This is what you pull to actually have this engage. It's for the actual tensioner. The front main seal, I would honestly just leave. It's a little bit farther in than where I typically put it, but it doesn't look horribly, like, it's gonna be kind of weird how the crank collar as well just kind of slips on without even like having any kind of like anything. It just literally just slips right on. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but this was loose. And then I was like, hey, I wonder why I can see a gap behind the tensioner right here. Look at this, you guys. It's crooked, totally crooked. This part is supposed to be holding the keyway in. It's just loose. And then as far as this goes right here, so I should be able to just fucking see if it'll even tighten down. Hold this real quick. So going down, feel like I'm stripping the shit out of it. So what's gonna happen is this was put in crooked then, and I guarantee you this fucking hole in the oil pump and his brand new OEM Toyota oil pump is gonna be totally fucked from somebody not putting this in right. So hopefully we can tap it, but usually when you strip this, the oil pump's pretty much garbage. And when you look at all the threads inside of this, look at this. Oh my God. That is fucked, dude. Which means the oil pan's probably gonna have to come off now, and pretty much everything else, because somebody decided they were just gonna feel like Superman and impact gun it on, or whatever the fuck the deal is. And yet there's lines on here showing that somebody torqued all this stuff down, but they couldn't get the bolt in straight on this or pull the pin or anything. So why would you put the whole entire front of the engine together if you're gonna go ahead and just not even bother to even do the timing right in the first place. I don't even know if it was even on, because if you look at the timing over here, we're over here and this is way the fuck over here. So I don't know, you guys. I guess we'll just figure out what we can do about this part first and see if we can get that bolt in straight. And then I guess get on to putting the cams in, because he's got a brand new set of BC 264 cams. We're gonna put in this to replace all this nasty shit that's in here. So I don't know. So I was able to save this, as cool as that is. I was able to torque this down, and I put some silicone in the hole. Got it retapped, got it changed out, so that's good. Got all this stuff together, got this one tightened up. We're putting the BC 264 cams in right now. You can see they're BCs because they're not ugly. They have colors on them, and in the back they say BC 0034, which is a 264 Brian Crowler cam that we're putting in it. Direct drop in, don't need to put valve springs and retainers in them, so it's good to go. We're gonna go ahead and get this tight right now, and wanted to show you the plugs that were in it. Of course, ungapped at 44, not gonna work for boost, and some weird Denso I've never seen before in my life. So we're gonna put the BKR7E's in them, get those plugs, those are the ones that you want, and won't give you any problems. So we're gonna go ahead and get all that together. And hopefully, in the next couple hours, this will be in this car. So we're gonna go ahead and install the wiring harness now, and get everything in here how it's supposed to be. And we've already gone ahead and hooked up our fuel rail fittings on here with our U-bend for our fuel pressure regulator. So we're making some good progress. Next part, we've already welded up all the water ports as well. Next part's gonna be calling the customer and seeing where he put his crank trigger sensor, because that's just not there for some reason. And then moving on to, I guess, the next stuff and seeing where we're gonna go from there. But I think the next part will be getting the Collins adapter kit over here, getting everything put together, and then getting it in the car. All right, guys, so we have the CD ready to go in. We've already went ahead and replaced the rear main seal. And this is the Collins adapter plate. They give you Allen bolts that lay flush. So pretty simple, everything goes into place. It looks like it goes and screws in. And then once this is on, we can go ahead and start with the flywheel. You'll have to go ahead and grease this pilot bearing they give you and then hammer it in. It is different than the one that he had originally because it has the standard Nissan insert in it that keeps the transmission input shaft straight. So basically I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna knock this in. Since this one doesn't actually like lock it in, it just kind of holds it in place. We can go ahead and put this on first. And then he has ARP flywheels that they give to you, flywheel bolts that they give to you with the kit when you order it. And then you'll have your JZ bolt adapter hardware that they give you. It's really simple. I'm not sure about the short shifter yet. I bought this to have in stock. I cut and extend that one myself. The shifter shifts flawlessly with zero issues whatsoever. It looks like the original CD00 whatever newer version transmission was even longer than the standard CD009 because if you look at it over here, if you look at this facing this way, that is just super long. So it looks like it's actually like way longer than the other one. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and give my kit a try first and see. I wonder if this fell out of the other part, and see how that all works out. And then if it does fit, we'll know that it'll work for that car. If not, we have a short shifter that's here. So let's go ahead and get the flywheel on, get his clutch mount, his clutch that he had on, and we can move forward. So another problem with this thing that we ended up encountering that I wanted to kind of show everybody. So we got the Collins flywheel on. ARP stuff's already all done. They're the ones that have the removable starter that you have to drill the starter out and they put studs in. Pretty cool. Nice little touch to having the whole system done. But to kind of show what's going on, there's a freaking bug on there crawling around. You see it? You see it?
Freaking frick, dude.
Yeah. That a roach, bro? You got a roach in your fucking clutch, bro.
The dirty clutch.
Dirty clutch. So anyways, that's his old Superstore, I don't know what the fuck, adapter kit that he got versus our Autosport engineering one that we got that did not work well for us either versus the Collins. Well, with this one, because I verified this one last time with that one, it runs a 350Z, just standard ACT clutch, and you know, it fits fine, everything works. I don't know what pressure plate that runs though, because disc-wise, it is a standard Nissan disc that fits on this one. and fits on this one, you know, no problem. But this pressure plate only works with that flywheel. So we cannot run his pressure plate with this. I don't know which Clutch Masters kit that is, or for what car that is, or for whatever. But we're basically screwed now, or the engine in the car today, and now we can't. So we're gonna sit here now like Caden and be all bummed and just not know what we're gonna do for the rest of our life anymore, and just throw a fit and cry like a baby. Well, so we have an OEM Nissan pressure plate here that fit perfectly, and you've already gone and torqued it down with his disc from his Clutch Masters. So I guess we're just gonna see how this is gonna work. I don't see this clutch holding a lot of horsepower, but I mean, I guess we'll test the might of it on the dyno when we have it dynoed. But I'm gonna tell him we'd be lucky to hit 500, especially if you put cams in it as well. So I'm gonna say 450, and after 450 the clutch slips. But whatever, we're gonna put the trans on, get it in the car, and then later on, Caden tomorrow probably will start mocking up the tranny crossmember, because the Collins kit actually does not even fit. It's nowhere even close on the crossmember for this car. So I don't know how much modification's gonna have to go into that. I talked to Brett, and he said that's just what they sell because it bolsters the trans and it can be pretty easily modified as a steel. So that's kind of dumb in my opinion that they wouldn't just sell one and make one for another car that everybody else likes to swap. But anyways, I mean, we're gonna make it work. We're gonna get the mount kit and all that stuff in right now and try to get it as square and level as we can. Hopefully tomorrow we can get drive shaft measurements. We can get that going at the drive shaft shop, and maybe even get the transmission or engine and transmission and stuff in the S13 too, that we can get the drive shaft radio on that one too. In the car right now, just making sure everything's gonna line up. That is gonna work great. Engine seems to be sitting level. We've already test fitted the manifold. I'm already finished welding this on for the V-band. So now our peak boost manifold is complete and ready to go. It actually does fit, which is awesome. And then we got our brand new Turbo Smart Hypergate 45 with the 14-pound spring in here with all of our springs and all the other good stuff that we get from them. So this is ready to go. We're gonna go ahead and get that on. This is probably like one of the most expensive wastegates on the market, but it's probably the best. So we're gonna go ahead and bolt this on the engine right now, and get the wastegate bolted on, and then get the engine back in the car, plant it, and start working on crossmember. All right, guys, so she is in where she's permanently going to stay. Clearance is actually pretty good on the shock tower compared to the 2JZ. Mount kit worked great. We got the engine a little bit farther forward on this one, only because we want to make sure we have enough room for the transmission to sit in the center. Vinny was saying that my shifter extension should work, and by what I see here, it looks like it's going to be fine as well. So we're going to go ahead and start on the tranny crossover right now, and then I'm going to talk to the customer tomorrow about turbo. Since we've already kind of skimped out on the clutch, there's kind of no reason to go main brand turbo. I mean, we have comps here in stock and whatever, but not sure if the customer's budget's going to allow to kind of go just crazy, seeing that there's a lot of things that we're going to have to get and do to get this car completed. But the badass wastegate's on, the badass manifold is on, the badass injector is in, and everything important is done. The BC264 cams are in. It does seem like a huge waste, but once again, what's the point of having a super badass turbo if, you know, you don't have the clutch to be able to hold the power? I mean, pretty sure just a standard China turbo will probably do it on this one to get him to the, you know, 400 marker area. But I mean, we'll see what the budget allows. If we're able to put a new comp on it, that'd be sick. We'll probably do like a wrinkle black turbo just so it kind of matches the gloss black system he has and everything on here. We got an oil filter adapter on there that was red. I, by chance, got lucky and ordered some of these and got it in stock already. Went ahead and put his pressure sensor in there already with it plugged in for oil pressure, so you can go ahead and monitor that. We got our air motive fuel pressure regulator we're going to be mounting on the firewall back here. That's red again too, to kind of match everything. So all in all, this should be really dope. If you haven't also gotten a chance to see Myers S chassis we're working on too, with the 2jzgte on the stand right there. It's going to be a black and red theme as well, and the whole entire bay is painted now as well where I'm painting this, and this engine will probably be in this car towards the end when we're going to be getting this thing started up too. Both these cars are going to be kind of running and put together before Vegas. We're trying to hurry because there's a huge line of other cars that need to get their cars prepped before we leave. So let's get the crossmember hooked up And hopefully tomorrow when the customer comes, we can go ahead and start doing intercooler piping and a bunch of other cool stuff. Let's go. All right, so one more update probably before the end of today. Radiator support's going on. AC to lead brackets bolted on. Power steering line's bolted on. Whole turbo kit is bolted on with downpipe. We already got the turbo lines on. Everything's nice and black and red. So we're gonna go ahead and get this on. Worry about radiator hoses, fans, and we're gonna start on the intercooler piping. So problem number 2, or problem whatever, not too many on this one so far, but we've had a problem now. The OEM radiator on the 370Z does not use a filler neck. You have a reservoir right here that was filled up, and it was right here in the engine bay on the VQ engine that was in here, just sitting right here to fill up, kind of like an LS400. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna fab up an S13 radiator, because both ports will be on the correct side on this, and we'll kind of get it a little more lined up. You can see with this radiator, it lines up beautifully to where the water neck is gonna basically sit right here and be able to hook up. The other port on the bottom of the radiator as well is gonna be able to hook up into here. So it's gonna be really, really, really nice and work really well. So we gotta start cutting everything and then fabbing it up to work with the radiator so we can get the E-fans on and get all that situated too. Anybody that breaks their OEM Toyota 1jz VVTi, like JZX 110 TPS, this is the part number right here. And you can see inside, we got a beautiful brand new TPS that we're gonna be putting on Demetrius's 370. So let's get this part on. Lots of progress going down. Intercooler is getting mounted. We already got the S13 radiator mocked up. We still need to go ahead and do some TIG welding down at the bottom because we made some aluminum spacers to get the radiator to the proper height. We're starting on intercooler piping now, and Caden's going to be mucking up the intercooler brackets over there. Mr. Fab, all day welding, all day fabbing for me. Vinny's he's doing something. And yeah, we already got the turbo stuff all mocked up. So we're about halfway through with the intercooler piping. TPS we bolted on. I'm a little sketched out because the bolt was snapped in here. So this is gonna kind of flex ever so slightly. Probably fine for driving and everything, just personal, in my opinion. You know, I would have probably done that. It looks like he would have actually had enough room to go with like a forward-facing King's Royal manifold in black, and then we could have repiped this. But for now, to get him through, I think this is gonna work great. So let's get the intercooler stuff fabbed up so we can go ahead and go home, because it's about 9 o'clock and we're pretty busy. Work like a, I don't even know, like 12-hour day. Working like slaves over here. Supra's in Vegas. Supra. Alrighty guys, so pretty close to last looks for this video, because this video has been super long already, but all the intercooler piping is done. Radiator fab is all set up. We're gonna try to run a S13 shroud and fans in here. I think we're gonna have enough room. It's gonna be close, but then you won't have to worry about getting back in here to put fans on the front side. It'll actually kind of cool better in here too. If you look, I have almost enough room for my hand sideways in here. And I can also pull the bottom of the radiator back ever so slightly. So it's gonna be close to the intercooler piping, but I mean, that's super nice and tight. It doesn't get any kind of hitting at full lock. This whole side's done. I did this whole entire side in one piece. So that's like super, super awesome. Looks really, really good. Love the turbo lines, how everything matches the black and red theme in the car. We're gonna go ahead and get the throttle cable in and done. It was a complete pain in the ass, Vinny and Caden said on this thing. He's underneath the dash for a couple hours handling that. All right, guys, so this is gonna conclude video 2 for the 370Z. We're very close to getting this car started, hoping that in the next day or two, we're ready to go ahead and fire up. The next video will be about surge tank, fuel system, fuel lines. I don't really know what else we're gonna have to do besides that, but a little bit of wiring, and it should be started up, and then we'll be getting on dyno. So stay with it. You guys have any questions or concerns or anything, or just kind of ideas for you guys have any questions or anything you guys want to talk to me about? I always do respond to most of my messages on YouTube. If not, you can message me through Instagram. Until next time, guys, peace.